Matthew chapter 28, verses 16 to 20. All power had been given to me. Go and make disciples of all nations. I am with you. The 11 disciples went to Galilee to the mountain to which Jesus had ordered them. When they saw him, they worshipped, but they doubted. Then Jesus approached and said to them, All power in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always, until the end of the age. These verses are known as the Great Commissioning. Here, Jesus tells the apostles to baptize and to teach what he taught them. He didn't instruct them to go and write a book. Jesus himself never wrote a book. He would have been the most logical one to do so, if his intent was to build a church based on a book alone. Faith develops from what is heard and what is preached. St. Paul tells us, so faith comes from what is heard, and what is heard comes by the preaching of Christ. God had often revealed himself on mountains, especially in the narratives about Moses. In verse 17, we hear that they worshiped but doubted. The same is true today. Some worship and yet doubt. Verse 18, all power in heaven and on earth has been given to me. From the Gospel of John we read, Jesus said to them, Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, even so I send you. How did the Father send Jesus? He sent him with power or authority. How does Jesus send the apostles? He sends them with authority. In verse 19, Jesus explains the central focus of the commissioning and orders the apostles to make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Jesus' public life in Israel began with his baptism in the Jordan, and this marked the starting point of his ministry to Israel. Jesus now extends his mission or ministry to disciples in the entire world. Baptizing in the name, singular, not plural, of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, is an early indication of the Trinity, the three-in-one God, and an obvious declaration of Jesus' divinity. The words of the Great Commissioning are the final words of Jesus, which are recorded in Matthew's Gospel. I am reminded of another commissioning of sorts which took place in the Old Testament when Jacob, now called Israel, said his final words to his 12 sons who would become the patriarchs, the fathers or leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob assigned each tribe to a certain place. Jesus assigned the apostles to the entire world. Jacob assigned Judah to be the leader of the clan. Jesus assigned Peter to be the leader of the church. Jacob's sons colonized and populated the land we call Israel. Jesus' apostles colonized the world and populated it with Christianity. When Jacob left the earth, he passed his authority on to his sons. When Jesus left the earth, he passed his authority on to the apostles. You are an evangelist in your own area of the world, and your example will either cause those around you to worship or doubt.